Leafs talk. JD Bunkis, Sam McKee. The Leafs lose again. That's what this show basically is like talking about Leafs losses. This time they lose to Montreal Canadiens, and sticking with the themes of the way they lose. Another just dreadful second period, buddy. Like that.
Groundhog Day.
Yeah, but that one was. I don't even know what to say about it. They just look like two teams on two completely different planets.
Yeah, I mean, every game is the same. It starts, maybe an okay start or a bad start, and then the other team maybe scores a goal, at least score a goal, and then they get caved in the second period, go behind, and then have a fake comeback in the third, and then they lose. I mean, that's been the last 3 weeks of watching this team play hockey. They now have one win in their last 7 or 8? Is it one win in their last 8 games?
7, I think.
7, one win in their last. So they've lost 6 or 7 games.
Yep.
They got a point. They found a way to get a point against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Hooray. The only team that they've beaten in that stretch is the St. Louis Blues, who suck, and it took them to get to overtime to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad. It's bad all around, but the second periods, like you said, are a real punctuation point on this season where they just get caved in every night in that period. Doesn't matter if it's on the road, doesn't matter if it's at home. They get filled. They get filled in.
Tonight was embarrassing though.
Yep, it was.
Like,
I mean, pretty much the whole thing was embarrassing.
Yeah, it definitely was. Like, I don't know. Again, this is such a depressing start to the season that I'm doing things like, hey, Dakota Mermis fought. That's nice. Like that's a positive. Like it's draining. But the thing that just really stands out to me in this game, in particular in that second period and a little bit in that first, is just how much more Montreal gets from their blue line. Like how much deeper they are there, how much quicker, how much faster they are as a hockey team, how much better they pass the puck. Like, I think you would agree with me that if we're doing the biggest pause of the season, probably the guy that gets left out the most from our conversations is OEL. Like another solid game from him tonight.
Yeah.
He gets a goal. He's playing with fire. He's been nasty. He's in people's
hammered
faces.
Oliver Kapanen towards the end of the game. Like big time hammered.
And like unafraid to go in and deal with contact. And I love that he talked trash after his goal too. Like the Leafs are down, I think at 3-1 at that point.
4-1.
4-1. He's John with somebody after he pumps one in the net at the end of the second period. But like outside of him, just the gap between what Montreal has back there, their ability to jump up in the rush, create a play, their ability to make passes within the zone, the movement, the quickness of the Montreal Canadiens contrasted versus just no other, like sluggishness. Look like they're stuck in mud Maple Leafs. It was bad tonight, man. This was like, you're not coming out of things like that when Austin Matthews and Matthew Knies return.
Can I say it simply? And I wrote this down in the second period. There is a major difference in talent level between these two teams. Full stop. And I know you're missing your two best forwards and Matthews and two of your best forwards and Matthews and Matthew Knies. I understand that. But even with those two, the talent throughout the Habs lineup where it's raw, and I still don't think they're at their contender point yet, clearly. And I think they're still going to be in tough to make the playoffs, especially with their goaltending. And like Dobish tonight, at least barely tested him. He was dying to give up goals.
Yeah,
he was shaky. The two that
felt
entered
like
the net,
even when it was 3-0, hey, they Wool was making all those stops.
It's like,
and I kind of had this feeling like they were going to turn it around maybe and just like find one because he was shaky.
Yeah, like both goals hit the middle of the net. Like he was not, they weren't like, picking corners by any stretch of the imagination. No. And it's just like the Leafs are heading in the complete opposite direction of the Habs, where you've tried to go for it all these different years and you've traded away draft picks for rentals and you've tried to, make these teams that were really good even better. And that's what you do with the deadline. I understand that. I'm not lamenting them making those decisions. It's just
this better ones. I'll lament
sure.
them.
Well, yeah, listen, but like I defended Carlo in the moment. I defended Lawton in the moment. I defended Ryan O'Reilly in the moment. I wanted them to trade for Nick Foligno in the moment. I'd be rude to sit here and say now that sure, they're stupid in hindsight, but at that time I wanted them to do it.
Yeah.
I
definitely defended Foligno.
Yeah, and I definitely defended Ryan O'Reilly. I was just ecstatic about Ryan O'Reilly. Like they traded a 2nd-round pick for Luke Shen, and we were like Luke's troops. Like we were fired up about it.
I think it was
it's
the 3rd for Luke, but
whatever. It was a higher pick. This is what kind of happens. The Habs have stunk for a while. They've picked well. They've got high picks. They have a ton of talent. They're young, and the Leafs haven't picked high. They've been resting on their laurels of the talent they've had on their team, trying to fill it out. And you mentioned how they were snapping it around. It's just 2 completely different talent levels, bud. Yeah. And it's sad. It's sad.
Well, and like you see the Habs, they still play excited hockey, right?
Yeah, they're just jittery. They're flying around. They don't care about making mistakes. They're just like, they're flying around, exciting.
Yeah, but I think that like just from a body language standpoint, right?
Yes.
You watch them and they're pumped. They love this. They're having fun being the harlot. Like it's funny that CC called it during the game. He was like, the Globetrotters. I went, yeah, that's how this feels. Like this feels like
and we're watching the Generals, bud. We've been watching the Generals all damn year.
No, the Generals are watching the Globetrotters spin the ball on their finger, like, and do these trick plays around them. They're like, na 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 da 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 da.
Toronto Maple Generals would be a great name for the team.
The Maple Generals were generaling hard in that second period, man. Just like you know what? And to further extend this analogy, they must have been watching the Habs, going like, "Are you allowed to do this?"
Yeah, I didn't know you could do that.
Is this in the rules? Is this cool? You could just do this. You could just embarrass us this way. I would say that as far as deflating goes, the second period was. I didn't have high expectations for tonight, man. I didn't. I thought the Leafs were going to lose this game. Montreal's beat up too, though. Like, yeah, not the same degree.
They've been awful. They've been equally as bad as the Leafs. So I was expecting this to be at least like I don't think the Habs are going anywhere far. They're clearly better than the Leafs, but I thought this was maybe be a veteran team that can go in there against a struggling team, get a couple early, lean on them, do whatever. And that just it didn't really happen.
Well, I gotta tell you too, like, if you're the Leafs, and again, sure, if you want to play the injury excuse game, fine, I'll throw the caveat in. But you're supposed to be the bigger, stronger veteran team that's been there before, that can imprint your identity on the game. And you couldn't do that. Like, I guess the first few minutes of the game, the first like 10, Leafs I thought were controlling play and actually looked pretty good. And I was going, oh, maybe this is going to be kind of something. Then from the last 10 minutes and the full second period, where the second just started with them flying. Like it was, they didn't delay it at all. Woll had to make like 3 10-bell saves within the first 5 minutes of the second period. He was getting smothered. They just let the game completely slip away. And it was Montreal that put the identity on them. And you're like, the question remains, dude, who are these Maple Leafs? What is it that you say you do here? What are you supposed to be? What is it supposed to look like when you're good? Because we don't really have long examples of what exactly the vision of this team is supposed to be.
Yeah, it was supposed to be heavy.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a team that's like, oh, when they get into a tough series against the Panthers, they're going to be able to compete with them and lean on them. And it's like, they're not going to get to play with the Panthers because they're not going to make the playoffs.
Well,
like you got to make the playoffs first.
First of all, at least that would be nice if I felt like they could at least match up with the Panthers.
Yeah.
But okay, can I make another cross-sport analogy and one?
Please. My boy's cooking. Let her rip. I love cross-sports.
This actually, I watched the Bills get pumped by the Texans the other night after we turned off Leafs talk. And I watched the second
hook and ladder, though. Oh,
great hook and ladder.
Electric hook and ladder.
But the Bills feel like a team that first of all, kept their coach around for too long, kept a bunch of pieces around for too long, didn't make enough aggressive changes around Josh Allen. It's like they got the same issues where they still don't have a wide receiver, right? The kid Keon Coleman sitting on the sidelines watching. It's like we're still.
Good thing they took him over Worthy. That was a good choice.
They brought in what's his name, Gabe Davis again. We're doing Gabe Davis again. Like this is where
big catches for them.
No, but it feels like that team designed their group to stop the Chiefs. Like they're like, we got to beat the Chiefs. We got to beat the Chiefs. Yeah. And so they designed it where they can't stop the run at all, and they're just not tough. And a team like the Texans that could punch them in the mouth and could run the football a little bit with Davis Mills back there is like shoving it down their throat and showing them who the tougher team is. And the Leafs kind of feel that way to me where, listen, they don't have a Josh Allen, right? They used to have a Josh Allen, but
he turned into late career Drew Bledsoe in front of our eyes.
Yeah, very quickly. But it's just they look like, what is it? What are you? Like, they're at least the Josh Allen team. The Leafs, it's like, you're not even the Austin Matthews team anymore. You're not even like,
you're not Marner team anymore. You're it's overstretching your veteran who should be your leader, John Tavares, making him play 21 minutes a night because you have no other options, and he's already showing it. Like, tonight he looked bagged.
That team making a move around
for sure,
the way that they
but
did,
from the start of the game, I thought that that matchup they got absolutely caved in, and Suzuki's been excellent, and he's a good shutdown guy. But I don't know if you dove into the matchup of those two, like 22-40 for JT and a 5-2 loss is crazy. Like, you're pressing. And at some point you're like, I guess with Dobish being so bad, they think they can get back into that. But I thought that line got absolutely caved in tonight. I thought that the early moments of the game that Joshua had some jump and looked like he was going to be involved.
Faded so hard. And then, it goes in and do a fake fight with Jack Guy at the end of the game and turns his back on him and then tries to wrestle him to the ground. Dude, there was one moment too where CC was like, remember that he lined up with Jack Guy.
Should have fought him. Had to fight him.
Had to fight him.
I know it sucks. And I know you're probably going to get your ass kicked.
Yeah.
But it's 3-0. This team's desperate for a spark. They're and you're the big tough guy. You're standing there jawing with them. It's time. Somebody's got to do something. Something's got to make it look like you're pissed off to be there. And God love our boy, the Merman.
Yeah.
Mermis taking on the younger, hungrier Jack Guy, the horned up Jack Guy, and just trading bombs, nukes, nuclear bombs back and forth. This was PJ Stock versus Darcy Tucker style. Look at this.
No, that's like when you used to be on the old Xbox and you just jam button.
Man.
Jam.
And listen, Mermis towards the end of this fight, caught a couple hard ones where he was like, I want this to be over so bad. But I give this guy so much credit. Was a healthy scratch for a lot of the season. And Joshua, you're making $3.25 million. It's the Bell Center. Your team's getting embarrassed. You're standing there, John, with Jack Guy. You can't even consider a fight with him. And then you go in at the end of the game when the game's already over, and you go in and you try to get in his face. You turn your back on him, and then you kind of wrestle him to the ground. What is that? Okay. What is that?
So I have a take off this as well.
By the way, hold on.
Yeah.
His dad's look at this. What are you doing? He doesn't drop the gloves, and then he kind of wrestles him, catches him off balance. Oh yeah, what a move. Here's what I'll say. Jack Guy is a tough name to say. That's his dad's name. Jack Guy.
Yeah, sounds fake.
It does.
Sounds like you're a kid and you're telling a cop, he's like, what's your name? You're like, Jack. Jack.
Jackie.
Yeah. You don't want to go. It's like, tell me your real name, son. So one thing I did like tonight is that a couple of guys looked really pissed off.
Yep.
OEL looked really pissed off and gave a crap. But it makes me a little sweaty that it's Troy Stetcher having a snap moment, that he looks already frustrated. It's like, buddy, you've been here 10 minutes and you're one of the guys that's actually showing a little emotion. That Dakota Mermis is the guy that's dropping the gloves. And I did like Scott Laughton jumping in for his teammate with Mermis and Gallagher and kind of putting Gallagher in his spot. So it wasn't
I'm not afraid to say it. I love Scott Laughton.
So do I.
Know it's irrational, and he doesn't he's not really a great player for he's not great offensively. He's pretty good defensively. He can skate, but I respect the way he plays. Plays hard. He really does.
Paid obviously way too much for what he brings you, but in terms of problems on this team, he is not one.
Not even close.
Not even in the top. It's just he's fine. And I actually have in my notes that I kind of like him and Lorentz together a little. When they get in on the forecheck, there's just a bit of an identity with their line. And they're exactly right. But when I have to see Dakota Mermis play he's going to fight somebody, when I have to see Troy Stetcher, who just showed up here, is the one that's snapping after a third goal, and Oliver Ekman-Larsson, who's a Stanley Cup champion and someone who was brought over from the Panthers DNA, who obviously has it in a game like this, but I don't see it from the main guys, like where they look too pissed off. Nylander had a moment where he gave somebody a punch, which I liked. I was like, okay.
Duke.
Yeah. I was like, all right, that's something. But
JT shoved who I think it was Dobson after the goal goes in. By the way.
But you know where I'm going with this though, right?
Yes.
Where it's like,
it's a miracle of modern science that Bolduc recovered from that punch. It was so vicious.
But it can't just be the fringe guys that are bringing passion to your hockey team. And I'll tell you right now, and this, I know you're going to hit me with like, he's not going to do it, bud, and blah, 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 blah. But like, Matthews, when you come back, you and Nyes, I really hope that you have some understanding that it's like, I already know. I get it. I'm just saying that this is a huge test. This is a huge test for these two guys, and obviously way more on Matthews, but like to come back in and play with some real jam, to play with a little bit of bite, to show that you care, not to do the cool guy face. Like, it's fine for Nylander to have cool guy face, right? Like Nylander's Nylander, let Nylander have cool guy face. Yeah. I wish it wasn't that way all the time, but whatever. But you can't have everybody have cool guy face. Not everybody can be Mr. Stoic. And like Matthews has to play with, like, we've seen him be excited when he scores goals. Like, we've seen him get up for it. If he's going to come back and things are going to change, I think he's got to be one of those guys that looks like he's pissed off when they play a game like this. Like, it's got to start from the top if they're going to change the attitude of the team. And yeah, I get it. I totally get. I'm not going to do the thing you think I'm going to. I'm not saying it. Because it's just never going to happen, brother. I know.
It hasn't happened for 10 years.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen.
He's watching it. It's like, hey, man, everybody's doubting you.
He doesn't care. Yeah.
I hope you're wrong. I hope he's watching this and he's like, it's just not. Can I just say the truth?
Please.
They're dying for a win. It's a Saturday night against the Habs, and they're clearly doing the thing where they're like being overly cautious because they got to play him. They get extra days off, right? Like, hey, if we don't play tonight, you can wait till Wednesday. But I'm watching him take morning skate, and he's just moving normal. And like, yeah, I don't know what the lower body thing is, whatever. And they got to keep him healthy, but just like, get out there.
Wish I could sit here and push back, buddy.
Yeah.
Not going to do it.
Yeah.
Not going to push back on you.
So he's ready for Wednesday, but like not tonight. Okay.
Yep. Like, that's well said. Well said, buddy. It is. I know it is. And I want them to be a lot of things, and they've just never done a lot of things that I want them to do.
was pissed too.
Oh yeah, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
This guy's back there fighting his ass off, flying across the crease. Yeah. I don't know who he robbed with the blocker cross crease. Yeah. One of the most unbelievable saves. Yeah. And he's just like, his bucket comes off. Referee's staring right at him. Doesn't blow the whistle for like 2 beats. He turns around, blow the effing whistle. It's like,
dude, that had to feel so good that he could take out his frustration on that ref. Because he's so pissed at his teammates, and he's just sitting there being like, "I'm dying."
You're
and then the ref doesn't blow it, and then he's like, like we all have these moments in our life, right, where it's like something pissed you off in your day, something went horribly wrong, and then you're just out for a beer with a buddy, and he just does nothing, and you just snap on him for 2 seconds, and then you're like, sorry, like whatever. And yeah, the ref should have blown the play dead earlier, but I don't think that frustration was for the ref. I think that was for his teammates who dogged it in front of him for an entire period and got him chased.
Yep. Totally agree. And this is a good from Chris Lotto in Toronto from the chat. They always praise not too low, not too high mentality. Personally, I like a meltdown, yelling and screaming because it shows passion and care. People are wired differently. Like, I get that, but it's just the only thing we've ever seen was Mitch Marner with dry hair down 3-0 in Game 7 being like screaming at the bench. That's like, honestly, I'm trying to think of something like
Nylander telling him to like go up or whatever.
This is in junior hockey or whatever. Yeah. But like, when you can remember them, it's not great. When you're like, oh yes, the 2 times it ever happened, those times.
They do the move too, where it's like whenever things are bad, they just go sulk quiet.
Yeah.
They never have like a guy like just scream at each other, like yell, hold somebody accountable. No. Just do something. Do something different. Mm-hmm. Please. People are begging you. My God, dude, look at this. And then McCabe leaves the game and you hope that he's all right. Like,
he's not all right. I think he's probably got a broken jaw. You get hit up high and you don't come back. That's not because you got a tooth knocked out.
Yeah, well, my only thing was that maybe they're like, hey, we're cooked.
Fair.
Don't rush him out there.
Fair.
That's my only hope, that because he is tough as nails, and there's just no doubt that he would have come back in this game if he could. But considering the score and where they were at, and like that one stings, and maybe they need to get him a cage, but I'm just not willing to do the he's ruled out for the next month thing until I hear it. But yeah, that wasn't good.
Would have been nice to have him in the third too. Squirrely wire cross guy.
Yeah.
Looking to dish out some punishment. Would have absolutely. I love him in those kind of games when he gets angry.
So yeah, they're now 1-6 on the road. So
1-6 on the road. Oh, good
so
thing.
I was gonna say it's November. It's late November, and I know they played a ton at home, but you got one road win. It's November 22nd, I think, today.
I'm trying to think of where that was. Can you think off the top of your head? We do so many games. I can't think of off the top of my head.
I think wasn't the Pittsburgh game in Pittsburgh the win?
No, it was in Toronto. The comeback was in Toronto. Yeah. Well, I mean, they're 1-6 on the road, and they're about to they're about to 5 more on the road, so they'll be fine.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. It's good.
Like, the question I have is, at what Philly, right? You know why we didn't see that one?
Always beat Philly.
No, it was because of across Game 7 of the World Series, which was another uplifting moment. How far are they going to go to save this season?
Yeah,
in terms of like moves around the team.
No. That part, that's way too early for that. Like, I would just say, to me, like
too early.
American
Thanksgiving next Thursday.
No, I get it's not too early to be judgmental of the team, but like for me, there's going to be a stretch now where they get Matthews back, they get Nyes back, and you go, okay, this is kind of it for you guys to prove something different. And then I think it's like, when do you get Carlo back? Can you move him in a challenge trade? Or do you have like the Riley conversations? Is there somebody off the roster that you can do a challenge trade for? But the messaging's been the same, man. I've been asking people about this all over, and everybody's coming back, same thing. Tree Living, what he said at that media availability, we can't trade our way out of this. He knows it. They only have Easton Cowan. They're not dumping him. They don't have anything else. Like, there's nowhere to go here, man. You're what I mean in terms of like when you say, how far are they going to go to salvage this? I view that more as like, I think that they're going to be scrapping and clawing for wins all season long because of the draft pick situation. Like, there's never come a time where they're going to go, we're hard selling here because we're going to get into the bottom 5. Tree has to know that like that pick ends up being 6 or 7 or 8. Like, you're just, and your other team, Calgary's dead last. You got your both hands on the Flames and Maple Leafs, and they're picking both in the bottom 10. Like, I'm team the chat. Luke says the chat is Team Tank.
That's a tough.
And like, I'm obvious. First of all, I started Team Tank. Like, don't talk to me about
that
Team
early.
Tank.
That was early.
Yeah. So you can, I get it. I get Team Tank. All I'm saying is I don't think that they will do Team Tank. What I hope to see is like, what I just want so bad is, so Dakota Joshua gets put up to the second line tonight, right? And I look at that and go, why? Why is he in instead of like a kid who came up and played with a little desperation? Why are we still doing at some point here? And I know they already sat Michelli, but Joshua sort of in the eye of the storm for me a little bit, going, all right, you need Max Domi because you need a centerman right now. You just don't have anybody that can play center, and it's not his job, and he shouldn't be doing that, and it sucks to be watching him. But Dakota Joshua has done literally nothing all season long that has moved the needle for me. And he's getting a promotion to the second. Like, they're trying to find confidence from him. And I'm going, all right, to me, it's been enough of the confident boost. You're going into Montreal. You want to have some desperate players. You want to have some dogs. Let's get some dogs in the lineup. Like, if you're going to have to waive a player, and I'm not saying that they're going to waive him. It's way too early for that. But yeah, you're in range for me where you're going, yep, we're making really tough decisions here. And
I got to tell you,
we're going to play kids.
It's a brutal trade.
It's awful, man.
They give him a 3rd round pick to get him. And it's like they didn't have to retain any money. They just took on the full boat for a 3rd round pick. Like, Patrick Allvin probably was like, you want? Oh yeah. I'll call the league right now, and like hung up, and like they all were like, like they all like started laughing in the room after. It's a terrible trade.
Yeah, Berube says on the McCabe injury, bad enough to not come back in the game. No timeline. Knowing the Leafs, he's gone for the season.
Or like maybe he's, he'll be day to day and then come back maybe in 2027.
Yeah.
Day to day though.
I got nothing else.
I'm just seeing a quick look here.
No challenge. That's only
yes. Thank you. That's what I had. No challenge? Question mark.
Should have been a challenge.
What's going on here? Like it was obviously made it look way worse because they immediately scored after to make it 2-0. But I thought the Leafs had an awesome start to the game. They get the power play after the scrum in front of the net. Horrible momentum killing power play. Horrible. Just brutal power play again. Kills the momentum. And then they come down and
that Nylander got that power play goal where it's like changes the stats late 6-on-4. I watch hockey every single night. This is goaltender interference 10 times. Like, how do you not challenge that? Is it because it's the first period and you think you're still in the game? No. Or why does it matter what period it is? Like,
I don't know. That's why I'm trying to come up with a reason. But the Leafs film crew was like the best in the league there for a while.
Yeah. Everybody's slipping.
They've had awful year.
Can I tell you my theory?
Yes, please.
Leafs are so hard to watch. Even the guys who are paid to do it are like, I can't watch this.
TikTok.
Yeah. Because this is the second one I think they've missed in a week and a half. And I just look at it and go, you know what? How much money do you have to get paid to watch this team closely?
I got to tell you, like, I am a guy that loves the Toronto Maple Leafs, loves hockey. I've gotten to the point of my dream job where I literally get to watch and talk about hockey every single night.
Yeah.
And I've had to put my phone down and write things down on a notepad because I'm so horribly bored of watching this hockey team that like I'm on TikTok more than I'm like, okay, got to get back to the notepad. Like it's a brutal watch. They are brutal like, most nights.
You do the whole like love what you do and you'll never work a day in your life. And so far that's what this has been.
Yes.
And
starting to feel like work.
This season, I'm like, you're working tonight.
Off to the sausage factory. Yeah, exactly. Off to the mill.
All right. I'm done. You done?
Yeah, I'm done. I hate losing to the Habs, brother.
Yeah, it sucks.
I mean, I've got a few Habs friends in my life. I know you do too. They're hammering me. The mentions tonight are just brutal. And it's like they're a historic rival and like, just having that loss on Saturday, and it's always Saturday night. I hate games in that building because it just feels like Leafs lose so much there. I hate it. I hate the Habs, man. I can't stand them. And like all their little guys diving around, flopping around. Those two Jack-Eye brothers just, running around totally they got a wide open credit card. Nobody's going to do anything to them other than the enforcer Mermis who goes full 95 tilt with them. But like, they just can do whatever they want. No one's going to fight them. No one's going to do anything. It's just, I hate it. I hate the Habs. I hate losing the Habs. So that's my soliloquy to end the show. Sucks. See you Wednesday against the Jackets again.
At least we get a break. See you then.